Hello, Los Angeles. We are overpriced. I'm Betsy Cthulhu, and this is my band. On drums, you've got Jeremy. Yeah, he's a drummer, and then on guitar, you've got Wayne, and finally Lance on vocals. We are the best band in the world. You would do well to watch us rather than any alternatives. Certainly not alternatives involving Kiki Tyrant. No, you really shouldn't, because they're a terrible band and they're really untalented, and they've got no taste in music at all, and we are superior in every conceivable way. I'm Betsy Cthulhu, and we are better than you. Hello friends, I'm Betsy Cthulhu, and this is Overpriced. We're on tour at the moment to promote our new album, and we're here in Fort Wayne, just as as part of the general tour. We're on with the Puzzled Meals, Pale Beside Harmony, this evening. Yeah, that's pretty good. We're doing quite well. I've got the best part of 400 grand in the bank, and that's come up quite nicely. Let's meet the band. Obviously, there's myself, Betsy Cthulhu, and a journeyman. Definitely a journeyman bass guitarist, probably the finest in the country. Then you got Jeremy. He's our drummer. He's really quite something. He keeps himself to himself quite a lot, which is probably advisable. Then you got Wayne. He's our guitarist. Many bands don't go with a guitarist these days, but I find they really do add something. And then Lance is on vocals, and my gosh, does he have the shiny pants? Oh, he really does. Let's talk band, shall we? I've got 2 albums and an EP out in circulation there. We've got a new album out currently, and it's going well. It's going well. We've already recouped all the expenses. We did that in week 1, to be honest, because we're great. Yeah, we've got endorsements coming out of everywhere. Really, everywhere's got endorsed. They can't help but endorse us just massively, because we're great. In the old discography, we've got the EP we released first, though, with the Betsy EP. I find that's the kind of name that people have got behind. We released Scrubs as our first album. Sold 320,000 so far, and I've still got 1,000 in the back of the van just in case anybody wants them. And then the new album, Better Than Budget, is doing quite nicely. We'll get around to the start of the week and we'll see where it's doing in the charts. But no, it's pretty good. We've already sold 300 shirts in Fort Wayne. It's so. We sell a lot of t-shirts these days because obviously everybody wants them. They want them a lot, and that's justifiable. Let's have a quick look at the old song list here. Let's go by quality, shall we? So I wasn't I wasn't fired. I quit. Yeah. That was quite good. That's a song about partying, because I decided that I needed some happiness in my life, and where I was previously just didn't have that. No, I was with a band that really didn't value my contributions at all. So I started my own, and I feel so much better for it. In fact, I'm very grateful for my time in. I can't remember what the band's name was. Anyway, you've got Mellow, which is slightly more chilled back, which is about partying. We're Better Than You is turning into something of a smash hit. It really does bring the house down, and that's about destitution. But we've experimented with some other themes. It wasn't me, it was Aliens. That's about outer space. Then of course you've got making the crowd quite lively, which is partying. So Much Better Than Budget was an early hit for us. It's not very popular at the moment, and that's kind of about hatred. Yeah, drinking a nice Cabernet. That's going on quite nicely. Quality is expensive. That's about hatred. Yeah, I mean we went through quite a dark period. How About Cash Money is about destitution. Planet Slouch is another outer space tune. Throwing Shapes is about partying. Then you've got the Bunk Off, which is about education. You're Skint Because You Deserve It is about destitution. Dribbling Dipstick is a flat earth themed song there as well. We touch on controversial subjects. Torching the Man is about law and order. Very popular at the moment. That appeared on both Scrubs and I Quit. In fact, I Quit hasn't actually come out yet. That's a single that we're waiting to release. But we can't at the moment because we're a 2-album deal. So we're promoting our current album, and then we've got to deliver another one, probably a year from now. Is about hatred. Everyone Hates Kiki is about hatred. You're Overrated is about celibacy. Stella Can Bite Me is about hatred. The Slow One about how much budgets suck is about hatred. And then there's the Suck, which is obviously outer space. Beep, 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 outer space again. Don't Diss the Pope is about Christianity. Because some bands, they're just very disrespectful. You've got Facepalm. There's another Flat Earth themed tune there. Tested Negative is education. Who Needs It is about celibacy. I Got an A, I Cheated is about education. Then you've got Chump, which is about education. Flat Cretins, which is about the flat Earth theme. There, it's kind of a three song cycle there on the topic, and then finally the Fuzz, which is about law and order. It's really going quite well. I would say it's going very well. I think it's going well. So yeah, there we go. We've got some good songs going on here. I mean we've paid our dues, and now we're getting paid for paying our dues. Anyway, here's the current. We're playing a 6 today, are we? Okay. Well, I mean I could run this, but it won't pay off because that was from August. People's tastes have shifted ever so slightly since then, and we aren't been quite so impactful because we're not quite on that vibe. No, but we're on a vibe, and that's good. Right, okay, so we open with Torching the Man, which was the most popular tune on the Scrubs album. I Wasn't Fired, I Quit is just a good song. Just a good song. Beep 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 there is another outer space tune. And that's on the current album, Better Than Budget. Now that's the reason I've got it in there, is I'm trying to push the album tracks to get those going. Don't Diss the Pope, I believe that's on the current album as well. Cabernet, not recorded that yet. No, we're going to put that on a later album. And then finally, We're Better Than You, which is arguably the most popular song in the world. Let's start the gig, shall we? Yeah, that's a good call. Hello, Los Angeles. We are overpriced and worth every penny. We're here to entertain you, and up front Lance is throwing you all the moves. Look at him go. Look at it. Look. I'm Betsy Cthulhu. I know everything there is to know about bass guitar. Look at me knee the guitar there. Try not to look at Wayne too much. You won't feel better for it. No, you genuinely won't. But there you go. See, we were at 35% before we started playing the smash, and then the smash delivers as off the top rope and an elbow drive there straight into your solar plexus. So there we go. 2,337 people in the crowd this evening. That's okay. Got some endorsement cash in. 156 overpriced fans in attendance. We're Better Than You, increasing in popularity. We sold one of the Betsy EP to 12 copies of Scrubs and 107 copies of Better Than Budget. Because Scrubs is continuing to sell. I mean, we're basically just knocking out albums. I say knocking out, finally crafting albums as quickly as we can. It's it is the music biz. And we are the biz at the music biz. I mean, don't accept any substitutions. We're superior to absolutely everybody. Anyway, we're at Frank Schumann this evening. Actually, we're home. I'll show you around the house because it's a good place. It's we're there. I've got a little bit of wall art up. I mean, you've got our album covers going on. Yeah, that's all quite good. Yeah, I feel like the band really contribute something to what's going on there. So that's nice. Yep, yeah, there's a good one. Yeah, I'll tell you, I'll show you the albums. So here's the new album. It's called Better Than Budget, and we're dropping a bomb on the music industry. See, that's the general idea that we've got going on with that. It's it's quite clever. Obviously, if you don't quite follow how that's working, then stick a comment in or something, and I'll try and explain it to you slowly. Here's the track list. Wasn't Far to Quit, Mellow, How About Cash Money, Don't Disappoint, The Suck, Quality is Expensive, We're Better Than You, Beep Beep Beep, So Much Better Than Budget, and Making the Crowd Quite Lively. And then you got Scrubs, which is the full title is Budget is for Scrubs. Just is. Dribbling Dipstick, The Fuzz, the slow one about how much budgets suck, You're Overrated, The Bunk Off, Torching the Man, and You're Skimp Because You Deserve It. Stella Can Bite Me, and Everyone Hates Kiki. It's it was groundbreaking. We didn't win any awards or really chart that well with that, but as a conceptual album, I think it really paid off quite nicely. And then of course our debut EP, where we're using several of the tracks to just kind of air them out to start with. You're Skimp because you deserve it. Stella Can Bite Me, and Everyone Hates Kiki. Name of the band. I was still toying with band names at this point. So yeah, there's that. But we're a very kind of egalitarian band. Everybody gets to contribute towards my overall success. Right, let's fix this lot up and go to the gig. Okay, so we're on for a 12 this evening. These are the most profitable kinds of gigs you can get because we're no longer paid a flat rate. It's now on a pay per ticket basis, and we do pack them out in Chicago quite a bit because obviously we are the foremost band from Chicago. So here's the last gig we played with a 12-song set list. I'm not so sure it's going to work out for us this time. Let's quick have a attitude sort out. I mean, what's popular right now? Law and Order, yeah, love. Sports cars, man, that's never going to catch on. They're not so keen on anarchy, hatred, or climate change at present, which is a shame, given some of the influences that we had early on there. But I mean, it's going to be fine. I'm sure it's going to be absolutely fine. I don't really have a super slow song to put in there. I think we'll chance this set list and see where it gets us. I don't see much superior in there. We've got our 2 Law and Order tunes in. Obviously, we astutely recorded those early on to make sure that we were covered, because staying on the right side of the laws is very important for everybody to do. Yeah, it's nice, all important. Good evening, Los Angeles. We're Betsy Cthulhu and her band. Yeah, we're gonna shimmy for you, and you're gonna get into it, or else. Anyway, next up we got The Fuzz, a song about the police and how widely respected they are by everybody. Yeah, it comes straight after Torching the Man, of course, and we got the 2 are kind of unrelated. You shouldn't read too much into the running order of the set list. There is possibly a bit more advanced than you can get your little heads around. Anyway, drops the smash hit. Yeah, brilliant. I desperately want to put it out as a single, of course, but until I've completed my my contract for album deliverance, then I'm not allowed to, which is a bit disappointing. Drink a nice Cabernet. There you go. Get the energy up. As you can see, the audience are fairly into it. I mean, I don't know if you can make that out from where you're sitting, but that's 100% audience interest there, and we've completely sapped all of their energy. We were on first. There were other bands on afterwards, and frankly, they're going to be dealing with a room full of exhausted rock corpses, effectively. There you go. Sold 187 shirts. We sold a lot of shirts in Chicago already, but we sold some more. People buy extra copies of albums and more shirts just in case anything should befall the original version there. So yeah, 17 grand we made this evening. That's okay. yeah, yes, this is how much people liked it. Yeah, Throwing Shapes is our most technically complex tune that we have. It requires a great deal of skill and musicianship. Fortunately, I'm with a band who can really invest that kind of time into perfecting a tune, and that's good. As you can see, we have got a fair way to go on the tour. We're getting about a bit. Our manager has sorted it out. We're going to go out back, round a bit, down some, head through Texas. We did Texas on the last tour as well. It was fine. And then working our way up again before finishing in Vancouver. Oh, we're not going to Vancouver this time. Oh, we went to Vancouver last time. Okay, well, fair enough. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the show. I've been Betsy Cthulhu. Accept no substitutes. We are the best band in the world. Cheerio. Well, there you go. A high concept episode of Rising Star for you there. I think you all got the joke straight away, but then I laboured the point. Anyway, to break things up for you, I now introduce a sponsored outro. It is a sponsored outro, and this is a sponsored outro from Tony, who would like me to regale you with the lyrics to "I Lost My Heart to a Starship Trooper" by Sarah Brightman and Hot Gossip, and explain rather what they mean. Okay, so it's a dramatic reading of the lyrics. Right, it starts off with a bit of radio chatter, right? So first chat goes, it's Arcadia, X-ray Delta 990. I've written it down, I've put it backwards, forwards, couldn't make head nor tail of it. It's obviously some internet thing. This is Starfleet Control. You are clear to go hyperspace. I think this lyric site has missed out the word "to" there, or "into," perhaps. Acknowledge. Second person going along. Affirmative, Starcom. Star Control. See? Starcom, Starfleet Control, two separate entities. She's talking to someone else. We have Situation Gold. And I know what it's like to live under Situation Gold. It's pretty much where I live all the time. The first one's back. 990, Roger. Don't know what 990's got to do with anything, but it seems to be pertinent. You're looking good for Translight. They're using all the lingo. They've really got it. Anyway, when the song breaks in, I lost my heart to a Starship Trooper. I lost my heart to a Starship Trooper. Oh. Yeah, and it depends, really, whether we're talking about the kind of Starship Troopers that turned up in the Star Trek Voyager kind of mini the spectrum of storylines involving the phage, which is a debilitating disease that requires the entire civilization to harvest organs and other body parts from other people, in which case this could be possibly what's going on. Anyway, we're into verse 1 now. Hey, Captain Strange, won't you be my lover? He's got his reasons. You're the best thing I've ever discovered. Flash Gordon's left me. He's gone to the stars. And evil Darth Vader has me banished to Mars. I wasn't aware that Darth Vader operated in this solar system, but evidently his reach extends in a significant fashion. We're moving on. Tell me, Captain Strange, do you feel my devotion? Or are you like a droid, devoid of emotion? They rhymed those two words there. This is back when song lyrics rhymed, you know. Oh, yeah. Encounters 1 and 2 are not enough for me. What my body needs is Close Encounter 3. Boom! Mic drop. You could end the song there. This is a reference fest and no mistake. She's doing well. I wonder if she wrote it. Did she write it? Who wrote the lyrics? It's not going to tell me on here, is it? No, it's not. No, it's not. Did Sarah Brightman write these lyrics? In which case, she's underestimated. Hold on, I'll ask my telephone. My telephone's good at this kind of stuff. Well, give me a moment. No, never mind that. Give me this. Yeah, I want you to use my microphone. That's the joke. Never mind. No, I'll do it again in a minute. Yeah, let's try that again. Who wrote the lyrics to I Lost My Heart to a Starship Trooper? Here we go. It's a 1978 single. Okay. Written by Jeff Calvert, maybe, and Geraint Hughes of Typically Tropical. Okay, there you go. She didn't write it. Okay, she was just there to, hot gossip and all that business. Moving on. Listen, oh wait, hold on. I Lost My Heart to a Starship Trooper. We've established this, but we're repeating it anyway. Flashing lights in hyperspace. Love it. Fighting for the Federation, hand in hand, we'll conquer space. You can't rhyme space with space and expect to get away with it. I imagine they thought about that for a while and just kind of went like, no, we'll run it. They kind of go, really? It's a chorus? People will notice. Okay, yeah, I know, but the rest of this really hangs together quite well. I mean, unless you've got any other suggestions. All right, listen, Captain Strange, what's our destination? The scanners seem to indicate a small deviation. Static on the comm is Starfleet Command. Requesting your position is their final demand. Now, I imagine they went with command and demand there, but command and demand, they all work perfectly well. Here's the thing, though, is that you've got Starfleet Control, all right? We've got Starcom, could be anything. And now you've got flipping Starfleet Command getting involved as well. I mean, this is a lot of bureaucracy going on in the future. I imagine the paperwork is hellish. Your intentions are known. They found out at last. So if you're going to take me, please make it fast. Touch me, feel me. This is not me being coy. I just tripped over the words. I'll do it again. Touch me, feel me. Do what you will. I want to feel that galactic thrill. Don't know what that might be, but one imagines that Captain Strange has got a pretty good idea or two, or at least a reputation for knowing this stuff. Meanwhile, I lost my heart to a Starship Trooper, flashing lights in hyperspace, fighting for the Federation, hand in hand, we'll conquer space. Again, see, you can't get away with it's the chorus. Anyway, we're back on the radio now. 9090, maybe that's the ship registration number. In which case, what was this Delta ZZ plural alpha whatever business that was going on? This is Starcom. Starcom have finally got back to them. Okay, we got a problem on your vector. Request status check. Over. This is a sketch out of Airplane that I'm not going to reproduce because it's funny in context. But when people reproduce things that are funny in context, they cease to be funny. No. Unless you blend a few contexts together, it just generally doesn't work. Sarah's back. She's singing again. Oh, baby. Oh, hold on. We're back on the radio again. I don't know why they bothered giving her anything to do there. Arcadia, this is strategy control. Oh, flipping heck, who are these jokers? You have course deviation at 5 Mark 6. Acknowledge. So it's the future. I mean, they've obviously simplified three-dimensional locales in space there. Sarah's now singing as she goes, I love you. I don't think strategy control's really going to respond to that. Meanwhile, we've got another speaker back on. Arcadia, we show condition red, confirm. You kind of go, look, if I've got a condition red, what I don't want to be doing is dealing with a bunch of you muppets over the radio and having to fill out a form and go, had a condition red, was trying to put the fire out, but had to answer the radio to talk to strategy control. So she's singing again, love me. This is possibly, maybe it's not a bureaucratic environment at all. Maybe they think she's unhinged, and therefore they're trying to keep her, focused on the job at hand. Anyway, I lost my heart to a Starship Trooper, flashing lights in hyperspace, fighting for the Federation, hand in hand, we'll conquer space. God, that bothers me. I lost my heart to a Starship Trooper. Oh, yeah. Still, we've got some more narrative now. A spacesuit is lying on control room floor. That's not where you should leave it. You need it near the airlock in case you have to make an evac. Yeah, it's technical terminology, but they would have taught you that in space school. Pulse rate increasing as the heat factor soars. Goodness me. Take me, make me feel the force. Ignore the computers. We're locked on course. Okay, this is precisely what Starcom is concerned about, is that this is, significant dereliction of duty. I lost my heart to a Starship Trooper, I think we've made that clear. Flashing lights in hyperspace, fighting for the Federation hand in hand, we'll conquer space. Obviously, if you've got both hands free, you could possibly dual wield in your conquering, or at least keep both hands on the console that you're piloting your starship from. Let them have their hand to themselves while they take care of the important business, and then, make up for it later. Meanwhile, hang your spacesuit up. What do you think this is, a hotel? With the speakers back on. Sarah's banging away on the tunes. Meanwhile, we've got some Starcom action. 990, definitely the ship registration. This is Starcom. Be advised, you have serious vector deviation. I repeat. It's getting urgent now. Serious vector deviation. And Arcadia 990. Do you copy? This is Starfleet control to all ships in Sector 5. Be advised, Arcadia 990 is off course. All ships squawk ident. Huh? They've got the lingo down on this. Hold on. We haven't quite finished. Starship Arcadia. This is Starfleet Control. Squawk ident. I repeat, squawk ident. Now, look, I was never in the Air Force, right? But you only need to really squawk your ident, presumably, if they're not entirely sure who you are. Given that they're on the blower to Arcadia in the first place, surely they know. It's, I don't know what squawk, or maybe that's the simplest thing you can do from your Starship comms array, and to which end they kind of go like, well, she's a dribbling lunatic. Perhaps she's too busy, having a fun old time with Captain Strange, if indeed he exists. We don't know. He has precious little to say for himself, one way or the other. And so maybe squawking the ident's a big button in the middle that says squawk ident. And I think, well, maybe she can still handle that, in which case we can get her to press the emergency fire suppression unit button. These and other mysteries will just remain. There you go. That's the story there. I would say it was a cautionary tale, but it's just not. It's what happens when you put a loony in charge of your spaceship. So there you go. Right, if you'd like to sponsor the end of all of these in future, Rising Star, every time, Rising Star, I'm going to do some lyrics for you. I've got a few already, and I'll whip them out for you. No, see, yeah. If you want to sponsor the outro to one of these, get over to thewizio.com/Colonel_failure, which I'm pretty sure is the address. It's in the description. You'll find it, and sponsor an outro. Yeah, pick a tune. And I'll have at it. Now, I should point out that anything from Jim Steinman and Meatloaf, it's not recommended, because I've just done 15. Well, I've done you about 13 minutes, right? But Tony, who put a request in, cheers Tony, he's had about 15 minutes out of this. It's a 3-minute song, right? If you put in, Bat Out of Birmingham or whatever, I'll be at it all day. And also, no. I would do anything for love, but I won't listen to Meatloaf, right? That's a fundamental. No, it's bad. It's bad stuff. It's bad rock opera rubbish. So don't put any Meatloaf in, because I'll bounce it. I'm not joking. I'll bounce it. I'm just going to go, no, I'm taking a stand. Meatloaf is it. I've got Barbie Girl queued up, That's more like it. Come on, give me some Britney. I want some Britney. I'll my toxic gums dripping over me, or whatever the lyrics are. Come on, I'll do some Britney. Bit of Kathy Dennis. In all seriousness, Kathy Dennis, sublime female solo artist. Song conceptualizer and lyricist and composer. Excellent. She had a couple of hits herself back in the 90s. I say hits, top 20ish. But no, she went into writing some of the biggest hits you are aware of, written by Kathy Dennis. Yeah. Good. There you are. That's all the information you need, isn't it? Yeah, good. There we are. A one joke episode of The Rising Star, followed by some lyrics. What more do you want? Well, you can't have it. All right, cheerio.